Thank you, Chairman. I want to congratulate my honourable friend, the member for Manchester Gorton, for securing this debate, and also for raising the point of order recently, stating that the PM had not actually addressed his letter on Islamophobia Awareness Month last year and urging him to better safeguard the lives of British Muslims. Sadly, this government inaction comes at no surprise to those of us who continually raise issues of this nature. And so I express my full solidarity with Muslim members right across this House in their ongoing fight against Islamophobia. Unfortunately, many of us are all too familiar with the vile torrent of abuse that MPs are subjected to, whether it be racist, sexist or misogynist, but we have some reassurance to know that society generally recognises the severity of these types of abuse. But for those who experience Islamophobic abuse, there's a feeling that the abuse they receive is not taken seriously. Islamophobia is relegated to the very bottom, despite British Muslims being on the sharp end of some of the worst racism. And it's no surprise that there's a growing sentiment of anti-Muslim hate because the current party of government has had such a disgraceful track record on Islamophobia, as highlighted in the independent investigation into discrimination in the Conservative Party. If honourable members opposite listen to what we're saying on this side of the House, no one is disputing that there is Islamophobia in all parts of society. We are calling on the government to take action in their own party and right across society. That's what we're doing. And I want to point out that the prevent strategy, as far as I'm concerned, has contributed to the continued prevalence of Islamophobia. This policy has actually embedded infrastructures of surveillance on Muslim communities, increased police stop and search powers, and has been inherently Islamophobic in its theoretical underpinnings. Now, whilst I initially welcomed the government's review into Prevent, it's now delayed its publishing as part of the Counter-Terrorism Sentencing Act. And to add insult to injury, the government appointed William Shawcross to head the supposed independent review. And as we've heard, this is despite his questionable actions as the head of the Charity Commission, disproportionately putting Muslim charities under investigation. Finally, I want to remind members that 45% of religious hate crimes recorded by the police in 2020 to 2021 were Islamophobic. That's an estimated 42,000 incidents of religiously motivated hate crime per year, approximately 6 times the number of recorded offences. And perhaps that's a reflection of how much Islamophobia permeates our entire society, that a sporting professional had to share his painful experiences of being discriminated against during his time as a cricket player. Since providing evidence to the Culture and Media Select Committee this month, other professional cricketers, along with Azim Rafiq, have shared their stories of being abused due to their ethnicity and religion, and an independent commission looking into racism and discrimination in cricket has now been inundated with responses. All of this is sufficient enough to show that government action needs to be taken now, and I urge the government to give a comprehensive response to my honourable friend's letter, to update members on their progress in defining anti-Muslim hatred, to listen to the needs of the community when it comes to the impact of the government's strategy, and to ensure that there are proper safeguards for British Muslims against further abuse and discrimination. That's all we are asking. Thank you.
Thank you.